This is the Bumper Show on State Radio. Beat me live on 99.9. The Bumper Show continues up to later on of this broadcast. Today we have Representative Clarence Benz. He comes from District 2 in Grand Bassa County. He has had some real issues to talk about, and we thought to give him the invitation to appear today on the Bumper Show this Thursday. My name is Emmanuel Colley, and let me officially welcome Honorable Ben to say hello and welcome. You can speak to your people back home in Bassa.
Thank you, thank you. Everyone in District 2, everyone in Grand Bassa County, fellow citizens, one Liberia. I will say a few words, then I will give some clarity on why I'm here. Hard times, a difficult time, calls for two things in life: having friends and having integrity, or having character. If you really ask me which one can I put first, I will place genuine character. We are talking about the greatness of one's character over that of the value citizens of having friends. Though the two represent the truth about life, during hard times or difficult time in life, you may have friends. They may come to you. They give you words of encouragement. Sometimes they pat you on the back and say, hang in there. When the dust settles, it will be okay. On the other hand, fellow citizens, character. We are talking about the greatness of one's character. We are talking about the importance of one's integrity. It's the only thing on the face of this earth that will speak for you. It will speak for you. And it will also speak for me.
Wonderful. I mean, what triggered you, Mr. Banks or Honorable Banks, to have said a few words?
Character is what I look at whenever I engage myself with any situation or circumstances in life. There are many who have called from my district, from my county, and around the country. And it's a big debate on the rural banks. So you took $15,000. I came there specifically to clarify that. You see, when one has character, it really don't matter how much pressure you apply on that life, it will not keep in. Fellow citizens, when there is character, it really don't matter how hot you can make the coal that will cook on. Throw them in there. There will not be a single strand of hair on that line that will get caught on fire. When one has character, it really don't matter how hungry the lion can be. Throw them in the den. Not only that they will pet the lion, but there will not be a single spill of blood. When there is character, the kingdom that you're in, on the Atlantic Ocean, just right in front of the Capitol building, that kingdom will never sink, though the storm you're in is great. Fellow citizens, how did we get to where we are today? I need to tell the public that my character is very important. I have taken many years to build, and I would not allow any single person to destroy it. What do I mean by that? I want to tell this country that on July 1, 2024, here is the listing of the signatures of those who signed the petition. When this petition was prepared, they prepared it. I was convinced that Fanatic Koffa, who is the speaker, is not doing well. Not only in the legislature, but with the Liberian people. And I told them, bring it, I will sign it. I was the very first person that signed the petition, July 1, 2024. 3 months later, here where we find ourselves. We have those who signed the petition on one side, and we have Fanatic Koffa and his group on the other side. Now, I asked District Number 2 citizen, Grand Bassa County, to be patient. You have a representative that will dot every I and every T before he put his signature on any piece of paper. So I signed this because I dotted the I, I crossed my T's, my character is at stake. I signed this piece of legislation, the paper, 3 months ago. I cannot speak for my colleagues who took money, who did not take money. I don't care. What I know, Honorable Banks, District 2, Grand Bassa County, I received no money. My conviction made me to put my signature on this piece of paper. This paper, this resolution, I'm convicted spiritually, morally, ethically. That's why I signed it.
In another way, you did not receive a dime.
Not a dime from anybody. And I never asked for a dime from anybody because my signature is more than 15,000. If I put my signature on a piece of paper, it better worth some real money, not 15,000.
Are you disturbed by these allegations?
I am, because when you build a character, we are talking about the greatness of one's character. We are talking about the greatness of one's integrity that will take many years to build. Then someone will accuse you, will bring about accusation that you receive money to do the right thing for the Liberian people. No, not me.
So what actually happened, sir?
I think there were some allegations that some lawmaker said they received $15,000. So it's a fact that every citizen who don't understand it, they will say, oh, everybody received that money. That is not so. I signed a piece of paper. This resolution, July 1st, 3 months At that point in time, who had money to give who? Because nobody knew that this resolution we have taken momentum to have 43 signatures.
Why did you decide to be in the first place to sign that resolution? Because you are the number one on that paper.
I signed it because when I read the resolution against the speaker, Fanatic Koffa, I was convinced in my spirit, ethically I was convinced, morally I was convinced. I had no choice but to sign it. So I signed. Colleagues that were waiting to see who would take the lead, I decided I was convinced, and nobody would convince me not to sign it. So, fellow citizens, I signed the resolution on my own ethical character. I signed this resolution. I was resolved morally. So I signed it on behalf of District 2, Grand Bassa County.
The fact that the resolution on the bench has been signed and the momentum is building up on Capitol Hill, and people are over 40, if not 43. Did you at any point when the news about you people being bribed came out, where you just thought that you signed but did not get the money, and the public thinks that the lawmakers were quote unquote bribed to undertake what an action that is at the Capitol currently?
I was very disturbed and looking for this opportunity to make clarity, because here my character is on the line. My signature worth more than 15,000.
Do you agree, or do you agree at one point that you ever regretted signing that resolution?
I will never regret today, tomorrow, and the future. Fanatic has to go. Ethically, he has mistreated the life. Morally, he doesn't have the moral components to become speaker or continue to be speaker. Spiritually, is dead because there is no conscience.
I mean, how resolved are you, from the majority bloc to ensuring that the speaker gets ousted?
If everybody that signed this resolution come back and say they will withdraw, my name will remain there. My signature will remain there because I'm resolved. But I know that my other colleagues who are in this fight with me, they also are resolved that Fanatic should go.
What are the key reasons for this no's at the Capitol? It's been over 4 different session days and there have been no official business because, mind you, the legislature resumed in October, and since then there has been all no's and characterization of accusations and all the different issues at the Capitol.
I will say this. I came to the Capitol not only to represent District 2, Grand Bassa County. I came to the Capitol not only to represent the Bassa people. I came to the Capitol to represent this nation at large, whether home or in the diaspora. That is what I signed for the next 5 years. And I will not sit with my spiritual makeup, my ethical principle, and my moral character for a leader to mislead this nation.
I know, Honorable Benz, in the wake of all the political impasse and wrangling at the Capitol, who benefits at the end of the day?
I know, fellow citizens, it's difficult When you have a mother and a father fight, the children are the ones that suffer. But at the end, it's over, and there will be joy. This battle, it will be over. I understand the speaker said he's not going to resign. That's his prerogative. But what I can say, my name being on this paper, it speaks volume. And I will stick with this majority black.
I was just asking about, who benefits, because this current fight is bringing the country on a hostage.
I agree that the country is not right now in the right direction. The citizen will suffer for some time. How long? It depends on fanatic Koffa resignation. But he vowed that he will not resign. But we vow, I vow, I will keep the pressure. I'm not going to let up. Because the citizens deserve better.
I mean, what kind of legislature you think you are a part of as a state?
The 55th can never be compared with the 54th.
In terms of what?
Moral, ethical, and spiritual behavior. A month ago, I put up a press release, and I asked Fanatic Koffa in that press release that we want an audit for the 54th and the 55th. He pays deaf ear. He refused to call for that audit. So, but to sign the resolution.
Honorable Benz, how do you describe this ongoing impasse at the House of Representatives, and how long will this continue?
It depends on Fanatic Koffa, who is the speaker. If Fanatic Koffa sent in his letter of resignation tomorrow, it's over, we continue to do the Liberian people business.
In the absence of that?
In the absence of that, we will mount the pressure. Because he's not above the law, we're not above the law. The legislature is about number. We have 53, and we will grow.
You mean 43?
43, and we will grow.
What strategy are you employing to ensuring that you get on board?
We have our leadership, and I can tell you, our leadership will not relent. Our leadership will not give up. Our leadership will not stop. Our leadership will continue to amount pressure. And it will be over soon. When the dust all settle, we all will rejoice.
Is it a personal fight or political?
Well, everyone has their own way to put it into category. Whether political fight, whether personal fight, I can speak for myself. This is a political fight. It's not personal, because there are so many things on the table that the speaker refused to handle.
Of course, this is the Bumper Show on State Radio. Today as guests, we have Honorable Clarence Vance, who is from the Majority Bloc. As you speak, what's your numerical strength?
Our numerical strength now 43. On Tuesday, 43.
You need about 49 to get the speaker out.
We need 49.
In the absence of the 49, do you foresee deflection from your bloc?
I will say this. I can speak for myself.
Do you see that I know you are attending all the different meetings and gatherings, but do you foresee a deflection where there will be a particular member who you think would want to deflect to go to the other side of the river?
What I would say is this. The 43 members are resolved. I want the Liberian people to understand that we are men and we are women. We are not belly-driven. Therefore, nothing will make us to turn around. We can't.
You think what would be the consequence if you were to deflect, in the coming days or weeks?
Well, there have been some members who have signed this.
And they've withdrawn their signatures.
And they withdrew their signature. Now, this is what I would say. They should remember they are representing people. They are not representing abstract things. The people will look at this tomorrow. How will history judge you?
Of course, the Bumper Show. Banks is my guest. My name is Emmanuel Colley. Quite an insightful conversation. He said he has come here primarily to talk about why he signed a resolution to get the speaker out and that he did not receive a dime. He wasn't being influenced by money. But did you, at any point in time, opt to get something because others, quote unquote, benefited?
Now, I will say this. Again, July 1st, I signed this. I was the first person that signed. At that point, who will give anyone money in order to get 42 other signatures? It's not possible because they never will say, oh, the membership on this will grow. But I put my signature because ethically, spiritually, I'm convinced that fanatic Koffa, who is our speaker, he has to go.
I mean, who was Honorable Banks prior to his entry to the legislature?
Honorable Banks, a private citizen, a father of 5, loving kids, and a wife, loving wife, who cares only to work and make sure that my families are taken care of. I have done my duty because my youngest is 28 and doing her PhD. So the lowest education level there, college, bachelor. I have done my job. Now, it is time. I felt it necessary to help my citizen in District 2, Grand Bassa County. Not only District 2, but Grand Bassa. Not only Grand Bassa, but Liberia.
Honorable Banks, as somebody who spent so many years in the U.S., what was that defining moment that you opted to come in Liberia and be a member of the parliament?
One of the driving issues, I came back home and I seen Liberia like somebody found and they build homes for the workers to live. When we have a government, we are the very first independent country in Africa. Not only that, we partner with one of the greatest nations on earth, the United States. Notwithstanding, we even use the U.S. currency that gave us the opportunity to do business with the whole world. And we don't have to worry about changing currency. to do business. Now, have such an opportunity. But look at Roberts International Airport. When you get there, it's like, that's the only airport you get at. You don't know who's working with the airport or not. Everybody in color clothes and running around like people who don't even know what they're doing. How? You get into other people's country. You see complete standardized, coordinated activities to get you through the system and you get out to meet your loved ones. We can do the same. But because of systemic corruption, as they peak,
you want to attribute Liberia's problem to rampant corruption.
Rampant corruption.
How can we change the narrative?
The only way that we can change it, like I always say, I will work with this president today, tomorrow, and in the future, because the policies that he has are ethically sound. They are morally sound. We can see the president. When you do wrong, when you corrupt, when you steal, he does something about it. We can see what happened to the commerce minister just a few days ago. So I will work with him to make sure that this government is successful.
Did you see a better Liberia under the current President Joseph Walker?
I see a better Liberia because the president is concerned about infrastructure, he's concerned about agriculture, and he's concerned about infrastructure, agriculture, and
education, tourism.
Yeah, tourism.
Under the arrest.
Yeah, okay. Now, let's look at this country. Everywhere you go, it's like trash. It's shameful. You want to even invite somebody in this country. From, I would say, ERWA Junction in Monrovia. This is the only country we have one road from the international airport in the town. You see people line up containers. They are selling tires. They're selling rocks. They're selling freighter. They're selling ball air. People are walking between cars with slippers selling. I've never seen that in any other country. Because if you mistakenly crush somebody's toes with your vehicle, it's a problem. So, with this opportunity, I ask the city major of Monrovia to please take the people from the street. We rushing to work. We dodging motorbike. We dodging keke. And people are in the middle of the street.
What sort of danger does it even pose to them?
Very, very. In fact, I'm so scared to even get up in the morning, get in my car, and come to work. Thank God for the driver that I have. I can't speak for others. For me, I thank God because he navigated a way. Dodging people.
What measures do you think honorable banks can be put in to mitigate some of these issues?
One, I will ask the city mayor of Monrovia to work with the police to get these people off the street. Now, how can they do it? When they make a rule that there is no selling on the major roads for vehicles, they should be able to make sure they enforce it. That's one. Now, if you look at our vice president live this way. Our president live this way. Our former president live this way. Our pro tem live this way.
The current speaker.
The current speaker live. I cannot understand how all these people can live on this end. And the person in the motorcade, they see it. They can do nothing about it.
One would say because of the economic situation, people need to hustle. So if you were to drive these people, you know, what becomes of them in their livelihood? You
are not telling them, stop selling. There are two different things. Stop selling and don't sell in the roadway. There are two different things. Taking them from the roadway, it put everybody's lives at ease. People will drive smoothly.
Do you intend to write a communication to the Monrovia City Corporation or maybe the police inspector to maybe get invited to show reason why these things are happening?
Well, I already had written that communication, inviting the chief of police, inviting Monrovia City Corporation, or whosoever the director or whosoever it is, the chief, so that they can say to us why these people continue to sell in the middle of the street with slippers. Two, why is it that the president, the vice president, the former president motorcade will be, as soon as the motorcade passes, you see motorboy jump behind it because the motorboy driver could assassinate our president. The motorboy driver can assassinate our former president. The motorboy driver can assassinate our speaker, our pro tem. They will paralyze the whole government. They can do it in one day. Motorboy driver have to leave the street. They should not follow motorcade.
I want to say that's a very uphill call you're making because these people are already used to, you know, moving in major corridors. So if you were to take them, people as measures will be used because it's quite a difficult one if you make it.
Two things. One, they can use another route. Now when the pro tem motorcade goes by, you find 10 motorcycles, 20 motorcycles behind it to go along. Now, if one person in that group hit the pro tem or speaker or vice president, they can be on the motorbike and assassinate our leader. Then what happened? By the time the motorcade will stop, that motorcycle is gone.
Honorable Banks, what kind of representative you want to be in this current 55th legislature?
The 55th. I cannot do everything. I will try. I will do the best I can. But I will make sure that the citizen of District 2, the citizen of Grand Bassa County, and this country be represented. Number one, my first 2 months in the legislature, I put halt to 2 logging companies. Until today, they are now on 1 law.
Do we have the power to do so?
Yes. I have oversight power to do that. I use the Constitution because I read. And I use my oversight because they failed to live up to their commitment. They signed a memorandum. They failed to live up to it. So I put my oversight power and I stopped them.
Honorable Banks, you were talking about the issue of corruption, and it also boils down to assets. Have you declared your assets?
I was among the first 14 that declared my assets because I know the president asked who will not want to obey their leader. It's simply meaning those who have not done it at this time, they are in disrespect to the president because he asked us to do so.
Were you intentional about, declaring your assets, or were you coerced because, quote unquote, it came from the president?
Well, it came from the president, so we have to do it. If it did not come from the president, if it is legal, where at the beginning of every term of government, if it is constitutionally available, we have to follow the Constitution. But being that it is not, and it is from the president that everybody should declare the asset, I have no choice but to respect my president. He is my president. If I don't respect him, I don't expect somebody to come from outside to get
Declared your assets, sir.
And I think we sent it to.
I'm talking about the month.
That was in March.
Okay.
March, April, around that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you think why all this, quote unquote, maybe reneging, to declare their asset? Because this is about the law. The code of conduct talks about asset declaration.
Exactly. I can't speak for nobody else. I don't know what their intent.
You think they have something to hide?
I cannot speak for them. What I would say, I declare my asset.
What can you tell them?
What
to emulate?
I will encourage them. And the reason is that we don't expect to hold back when we're supposed to do it, and then we want to chastise the Dexman who have not done it.
Okay, this is the Bumper Show. We've got 22 minutes up to 6, and very shortly I'll open the line to get your reaction. We have Representative Clarence T. Banks. He represents the people of District 2 in Grand Bassett County. We've talked a lot. First of all, he wanted to make a clarity that he did not sign for a dime to sign the resolution to get a speaker out, because there's just too much noise in the public, quote unquote, allegation and counter claims about lawmakers being bribed to orchestrate their ongoing action to remove the speaker. We also talk about the issue of street selling, about many people between cars. That's so concerning according to him, and there should be some measures put in place for the safety of not only those who sell in the streets but for vehicles and VIPs. We also talk about some of this legislative engagement. But as the 55th legislature resumed, because that's been over 2 weeks and 15th of October, in this new era, Banks, what would be some of the key issues you'll be pushing forward?
One major one that I will be pushing forward. Make sure that we treat the Liberian people the way they should be treated, so as to be able to develop this country. Because most people, I can't speak for them, may only be thinking about what they can receive in the House, in the Senate, as cabinet ministers. They are only concerned. And when you look at the whole thing, we all will die and leave everything. The most valuable asset for us as a human and as leader is to leave a legacy behind. How history will judge you, what history will say about you, is the most important thing we should be concerned about, instead of individuals.
Okay. So we have 20 minutes. We'll take about five minutes to talk to the callers and get back to you, get your reaction, and then we can get going this evening on the Bumper Show with me, Emmanuel Colley. Let's get your calls now to 0770 567764, 0770 567764, 0888 Honorable Clarence Banks is my guest. He comes from District 2, Grand Bastard County. Let me talk to this person. Let's get you. Hello, welcome. Hello. Hello, you live? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. How is Foya District? Okay, make your input.
Okay, first of all, let me go and say there's a lawmaker with all power he brings to a liberation this evening. I want to say there was a large group of the lawmakers that say if on the common appear when the election on Tuesday, then that well, I will consider it interest number one local government. Thank you so much.
Thank you from Foya. Let me talk to this president. Oh, sorry. You can call back. Okay, 077-056-7764. Hello, let's hear you. Good evening. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much, and also thank you for the visitor. Yeah, I'm just from Chicago Country. I want to personal from
Okay.
Yeah, and I want to say that the old man is talking about getting the people on the street. It is good. But there are errors into the need of build a market site. You need to build somewhere that people will be forced to go there. Then people will able to leave the city.
Okay.
But you're taking the people from the street where
Okay.
One of the things is that I want for the old man to come to the idea of building Yamis back. Because the thing is sitting there, people just go and turn there everywhere, but no Yamis is built on what is sitting.
Okay.
So I'm appealing to the old man that they will establish a build Yamis back or look for certain areas in Moria that nothing has certain areas that will build a market for people to live on the street. If they build a market, people go on the street, then
Okay.
you get them from by force.
Thank you so much. Let me talk to this person. Hello. Good evening. Please leave from the noise so I'll get you out, please. Go ahead. No, Ali, we can't continue. Oh my God. Hello. Let's hear you.
Hello?
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Go ahead.
Mr. Kaname, I'm calling from Korea, Kaname.
Let's hear you.
Yeah. I think that honorable is a God-fearing man. The way he took like a man. Thank you, honorable. They connected football here, they man. There, he said the pool, they drink something not correct. Now, all that time he don't talk. Papa, then that time he start being all kind of thing. Why we don't talk that time? Why don't talk that time? He's not a move. He shouldn't even move. He shouldn't even move.
Thank you. It didn't quality that, but let's hear you.
How do you, sir?
I'm doing well. It's good you on the line. Let's hear you.
Thanks so much. It's my pleasure to be for you on even on the Bomba Show. My name is Gabriel Jones. I'm calling from Omega to be beside Topman Berg.
From Tottenham, bro, let's hear you. Make your inputs. We don't have the luxury of time, sir.
Yeah, I understand that. Thanks so much to the lawmaker that I've listened to him natively. He spoke well in one of you. But to be frank, like he said, relating to the street aspect, which I actually want to agree with him regard to that aspect. Even the market the day the former president did, I listened to the people called to talk about should be a market for marketing or one of you. But even when you did it, people will still go on the rule and then go and share. So I think lawmaker is right. The market is there, but the implementation aspect for those who go to the market is very hard. So the police just have to work strongly to implement the law, and I think our culture will go in all African countries.
Thank you.
Always people should not go on the street instead we were prepared to jam the traffic. I think it's always set up people that do everything in a real way to be sure that it will be clear for
Thank you. I think your input was well noted. Good evening. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is just according from Grand Massacre.
Josiah, let's hear you.
Yeah, listening to my lawmaker from District 2, I think he has making or has made his side very clear because every lawmaker has making his side clear. Some are saying that his side is money, but I think he's making his side very clear. But one thing he said about the motor bar rider, I think he is right. What about rather the other country can be behind, presidential motorcade. So I think you need to work hard. I mean, to talk to the president, whatever law he will make. And what about rather shouldn't see the motorcade because anything can happen. If one country they assassinate president, do all kinds of things. So I think I want to reason with it.
Okay. Josiah, thank you so much. We'll take 2 more callers and then get to our guest. Hello, let's hear you.
Yeah, who man?
Good evening. Let me hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, I'm just thinking I'm for Grand Crew.
Okay.
Let me say thanks to the honorable man in studio. I think he has said it all. Imagine we are driving the senator, the representative. I drive a senator. Imagine every morning we start with difficult. It's just by God's grace we can make it to where our body to work.
Okay.
You find out that children that not even know how to maneuver, make their way, challenging car, passing between car to sell. So we really, the honorable man said, we really calling on the FCQ along with the national police to see how they can address this situation. Because we ourselves, we put it on our rates.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We'll take one more on the Flomo Trot calling from District 4. I think he wants to make an input. But let's hear you. Somebody's calling from the States as well. Good evening. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is and I call from Mambatra to be beside on Saturday where Avenue. I am the strategic chief, the chief.
Man, go ahead. Go make your input. We don't have time.
Thank you for your elaboration. We say thank you for you to tell the Liberian people that the same people telling the supporting that all this go the Liberian money to give. We want to say thank you for clarifying that you didn't serve for money, but you serve for Liberian people.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll take this person from the States. I don't know. Good evening. Let's hear you. Hello. Good evening. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Joseph calling from Iowa, USA.
From Iowa. Let's go ahead and make your input.
Yeah, I just want to comment the studio guest, the representation number 2, Grand Bassa.
Okay.
For me, what they talk about, on the horse up and down, don't really care because this have been taking place is just because now it's coming to light. But one of the concerns I have with Liberia can only be bailed if we get people trying to put things in place. Because, for example, you're talking about moving the motorboy, also, we find there's more accident happening in the city because they feel that, they have to go, they maneuver, they get a damn prayer, all about. My brother, the only time Liberia can be unless someone do iron hand. That is the only way. We don't see that one in other countries, but Liberia we see it. But we only have one main street. So this street has to be repeated at least even international guests. When they come for to drive in there, it's very hard. They have to hire people. It's not that the people are not professional drivers, but because the way Liberia we present ourselves today, the fear is inevitable. At the end of the day, the people think they just care how people let it live. It's not going to be a good image for Liberia.
Thank you so much.
Liberia really need to calm down hard.
Thank you so much from the US. Thank you for being a part of the show. Honorable Flomo kept calling. Let me see if I can talk to him because he has raised an issue. He probably wants to back banks. Interestingly, the both of them from the same county. Honorable Flomo, you live on the radio. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon, Emmanuel calling. Good afternoon to all banks.
Yeah.
I just want to buttress on Penn State Bank. Emmanuel would be elected to come and do the Liberian people business. Never elected to come and enrich ourselves. The rumor are going around that $15,000 were given to each of us to remove the speaker. For me, I think it's a plain lie. To show it's a lie and propaganda, if you look at the 2 videos, the first video that was presented by Collins in the vehicle, if you look at the cash involved, it was 2020 notes. Okay. The money he took to LCC.
To LCC.
If you look at the money, you will see $10 me, he took the money from elsewhere just to come and damage our reputation because he's on the other side of the aisle. Let me tell you the fact. We, as honorable people, we got together for the three of us and decided that enough is enough. We need to remove our speaker. No money play in between there, and we never miss our characters just because we want to receive money to remove our speaker. 43 honorable men and ladies sat down and agreed that the speaker should be removed. It has nothing to do with cash. Propaganda is intended to call it. Propaganda is intended to derail our progress and divert the removal of the speaker to that of a corruption case. But we are prepared for it, and we will remain together for the three of us until we can end this process. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Flomo. Thank you so much. We will not take that. We'll call the course committee. It's an interesting conversation. That's Honorable Alfred Flomo from District 4, Grand Pastor County. He said he did not receive a dime. So yeah, but as again, I mean, Honorable Benz, you listen to the different quarters. What's your reaction to some of the issues they've raised? We have a few minutes to go.
I am very excited. Why am I excited? That the Liberian people will back those who want to do the right thing. And I can promise you, I give you my all in all, that as long I have life and breath to represent you, whether home or abroad, I will make sure that we are respected because of our characters.
Okay.
Thank you.
Your final comments as you take leave of you, your final message to the people of Liberia, especially in District 2. You want to speak small, Bassa? You go ahead.
District 2. Be free. Impovik swoka anjive litang yongwe. What I'm saying is, I thank District 2 people that I'm in their homes this evening.
Okay.
I want to tell the Liberian people, some of us are elected. I can't speak for any other lawmaker. For me, I speak for myself. So it's not about money, because I have worked, I have earned, and I have. So it's not about money. I will represent District 2. I will represent the people of Grand Bassa County. Thank you.
Thank you.